What's up, peeps? It's the kid L.R.Player here, back with another podcast episode from the jump rope community. Today, I have a very, very special guest. She very outspoken, energetic. She got a lot of years under her belt. She a very competitive jumper, and this is somebody that like I look towards to when I like look for inspiration for combos, for tricks to try, and this person here, she very special. And if you view her Instagram, you gonna find like her being straight up with you. She gonna have her comedian side, and also she gonna provide you with the best and the freshest slick combos that you ever seen on Instagram. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to Miss Yana. How you doing, Yana?
Oh my God, this is the best intro someone ever said about me. Seriously, I think even my parents would never say things like you said about me. Oh my God, competitive jumper and the slick combos. The straight thing is totally right though. Competitive, we'll talk about that. But slick combos, man, I appreciate, and I want to give you some appreciation. I haven't followed you for a long time, but as soon as you tagged me in the story and you repeated my combo, I right away went to your account. And the I know Rush, you're one of the athletes of RA or
Rush
RV.
Athletic, yes.
Yes, yes, yeah, community, and the technique and the way how you jump, and just overall how smooth your combos look, and the mix. Oh my God, like I totally, I'm gonna give you a small shout out. If you guys ever want to do some mix related stuff, please go to Larry. Yep.
Appreciate it, appreciate it. I try to be versatile with my skipping, not trying to be one dimensional.
Yeah, and I saw your a post like a couple of days ago where you said, "Larry, this is so good about jump rope shuffle or dance stuff," and then you said, "No, it's like me only trying it," and I appreciate jumpers that try totally different skills like shuffling and power skills and releases and multiples so much. So applause for you, Larry.
Oh, appreciate it, appreciate it. So, um, how did you get introduced to skipping, and how long have you been skipping, jumping rope, freestyling?
So I've been jumping for, I think I would say 7 years overall and 5 years professionally. I don't like that word, but if I'm gonna count competitive competitions and all the world jump rope events, then like 5 years professionally. So um, the story is that I've never been an athletic person. I hated sports actually. My dad was a, I would say professional triathlonist or triathlonist. So it's the guy that does swimming, riding a bike, and running.
Oh,
And he,
triathlon.
yes, yes, yeah.
Okay,
Can you say that again?
triathlon.
Triathlon. Yes, exactly. So he actually. Do you know the competition Ironman?
Yes, that's I want to say it's like strongman, but it probably be something different. Here.
So Ironman competition is when you swim like 10 kilometers and then ride a bike for 180 kilometers and then run a marathon, and it's all in one take. So he did that crazy stuff, and he never even, he never told me, hey, do you want to do that? Hey, do you want to try sports? Counting the fact that I was waiting a lot when I was in my teenage area. Um, and yeah, then my PE teachers randomly, absolutely randomly, saw a YouTube video where a guy was just doing some toads and some basic underleg crosses. And they said, "Oh my God, look at this guy! You can actually do some other tricks than the cross. Hey, let's just try it out on our PE lesson." We're like, "Okay." We never jump roped. They just bought a couple of ropes for the class, and then we started doing it. And they thought that that's an awesome alternative for the PE lesson. So it was like all around the school, everybody knew about jump rope. And then we are like, hey, we can do a club. We can do a small club. We're gonna actually like dive into it and find out more about the sport. So then we made a section, and then we, not me, but other teammates started doing pretty good at it. And we were like, hey, we can do a competition about it. We did a competition, first like Moscow Small Championship, and then we knew that there is a World Championship about it. We're like, hey, let's go to the World Championship. So it's like from PE lesson to section to first competition to first World competition, and then we made a federation, and it all grew up like that. And yep, I totally fell in love with it. Again, I hated sports. It's not that I didn't like, it's I hated it. I thought, why would people just run 2 kilometers nonstop, not thinking about anything, just for fun? Why would people do some like push-ups or exercises? And then when jump rope gives you this infinite opportunity of the tricks, you're like, oh my god, I want to try cross, and I want to do a switch cross and toad the double under, and then it goes, and it just, until now, like I do this for 7 years, and I open my Instagram feed, and still I see new tricks every damn day. So yeah, that's how I got into it.
I think that's the same way with me too. Like you never realize that you can do more than like one thing. But
Mhm.
then, like you say, you opening up Instagram, you just see like all this. It seemed crazy at the time, but once you wrap your head around it, it's like, well, is there more? Okay, there's more.
Totally. Yeah, I totally had some days whenever I'm like, okay, that's pretty much it. I may know a lot of stuff, I may not do it, but I'm like, okay, I know pretty much all of the tricks in the world. I just need to like get into them, and that's all. But then I open my Instagram feed and I watch some crazy Korean jumpers or some super creative American jumpers. Uh, by the way, shout out to for this T-shirt. I love this T-shirt. It is so minimalistic and so cool. I got it from Porter Ballard. I don't know if you know this guy. It's this crazy flip guy. He's from my opinion, the best team in US perform airborne. So he gave me this T-shirt. So shout out to American jumpers. And you
Okay,
see, yeah, these
you
American
have to
jumpers.
tag me his profile. I'll definitely check him out.
Yeah, no, he is multiple. He won worlds million trillion times, and he performed a lot of times, and he does crazy flips and multiples. And yeah, just check him out for sure.
Okay, okay. And so you also do online skipping because you have this one favorite student. He's my favorite student, the kid. I definitely like look for him like every Sunday, Wednesday or Sunday whenever you have a session from him with him, and I be checking your stories. Like I definitely be checking him out. So tell me about your online classes.
Yeah, so when the COVID started, everybody was at home, and I was practicing a lot at home, and then everybody started talking about the Zoom platform, and I only knew about Skype, and right away as I heard about it, I said no. I'm not gonna dive into this online shit. I'm only on an offline person. I don't do that stuff. I hate Zoom. I think it's useless. And then I saw everybody started doing it, some podcasts and some lessons. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just randomly, absolutely randomly, gonna write in my story, hey, does anyone maybe want to have a class with me online? And I was so insecure about it. And then like 20 or 30 people responded to the story saying, yeah, of course. Oh my God, I have so much time now. I want to do this so much. And then I started this for fun. And we were just doing free sessions every 2 days or maybe once a week. And then there were jumpers from all over the world, from Germany, Philippines, US, Switzerland, many countries. And first, I was practicing my English. Second, I was practicing my communication with people, and yeah, it was awesome. And then when the COVID kind of slowed down, I was like, maybe I can start that as my job, because I was already a coach offline. But then why not do it online? And then I was even more insecure about it. Hey, you guys, do you maybe want to pay for me, like for these classes, pay to me? And then many people respond, yes, of course, no problem. And then, yep, I started doing that. And some people said that I want to actually have private lessons. I'm like, private lessons with me, like one on one. I'm like, okay, that's even more embarrassing, but okay, let's do it. And yeah, that's how it all started, all because of the COVID. COVID is a horrible thing, but because of the COVID, also many things, many new things I learned.
Yeah,
So
I agree with that. Like many blessings came out of
yeah,
a horrible
totally.
situation.
Yeah.
So being an online coach, are you? So I see your personality online. In real life, are you the same way? Are you like an introvert? Or
I think that's a good question to my friends, maybe not me, but everybody who met me. Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna tell a story. I was living in Turkey for 8 months, for the past 8 months, and my friend Joanna. Also, check her out. I forgot the name of her Instagram. It's something J Lay, another blah blah blah. So she's
oh
also
yeah,
into
yeah. I
jump.
think I did pick her up. Yeah, I did
Yeah,
a collab one time, right? A dance collab.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
exactly. So she's a very nice jumper, and we were doing online classes for like 2 years, and I never saw her offline. And then she was saying, "Hey, I'm actually coming," because she's very into golf now. She said, "Hey, I'm actually coming to Turkey, and I'm going to be 30 minutes away from you. Do you maybe want to meet?" I'm like, are you serious? That is so crazy to meet a person that you've never seen, only online." And then we met, and she was kind of kind of shy in the beginning, but I'm this uh, how do people call this person, like a party person that always makes funny jokes and maybe a clown, maybe I'm that,
Just
but
outgoing and expressive.
yeah, in a good way, yeah. And yeah, we just met and we hang out, we did some tricks, we filmed a couple of combos. I taught her double dutch because she really wanted to. And then yeah, after the session she texted me like a huge text. She was saying that, Yana, oh my god, you're totally the same, and even better in life, you're very outgoing, and blah blah blah, all the nice stuff. So I think I'm pretty much the same, maybe in um, maybe because I spent so much time online coaching and just talking to people on Instagram. Maybe I'm not that talkative in real life. Maybe in real life, um, I'm more of like down to myself and might be like reading in the park and just mumbling to myself, creating a routine. But still, if you come to me, I'm gonna be
You're gonna
nice.
be
Maybe.
yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And you also travel a lot too. Well, you done a lot of travel that I have seen.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
go ahead.
Um, well, I used to travel a lot till, and I'm super thankful for that to my parents. Like overall in my life, when I was living with my family, I was traveling a lot again because my parents could afford that. So I'm super grateful for this experience, and I've been to. I was counting like 37 countries or something. So I've been
Oh
traveling a
wow.
lot and practicing my English again, thanks to that. But now, yeah, for the past 2 3 years, it has been hard traveling because of the COVID and all the restrictions. And now it's kind of hard for me to travel also because I'm Russian, and one stupid dictator started a totally senseless war. So now it's also hard for me to travel because I tried to get a European visa and I couldn't. And they didn't, when I got the letter from the consulate, the reason was very unclear. So now I travel to the countries that I can,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, as soon as the war started, I came to Turkey because it's the country that has been always friendly to Russia, and it's easy to get a permanent residence there. So I stayed there for 8 months. And then I'm like, okay, why stay there when for pretty much the same price of food and for accommodation, I can go to another country. So I totally, it feels like I closed my eyes and then just picked some random country. I'm like, oh, okay, Argentina, why not? Okay, let's go here. It's 14 hours flight and it's 6 hour difference. Okay, let's go here. So yeah, now I'm in Buenos Aires.
So you said about the war in Russia. For a moment there, like I said, if anybody was following your Instagram, for a moment there, you couldn't speak about the situation because it was some kind of punishment at that time. But can you tell us about the support that or the feedback you got from the jump rope community? Because there have been some posts that I recognize some people they were just giving you like crazy support. Can you tell us about that feeling?
So yeah, Russia totally randomly and with absolutely no sense, started a horrible and totally barbaric war in Ukraine, again for no reason. And I think even if the war has a reason, it also shouldn't be. But in this case, it's totally senseless. And yeah, Russia is um, it's not a horrible country. It's that the government is totally horrible. And over for 20 years, I had the only president. I'm only 20, and I
Mm-hmm.
never seen another president for my whole life. So that's one. And second is, yeah, when the war started, you couldn't use the actual word war, because
Right.
otherwise, if you use it, well, I'm not a big blogger. I don't have a huge audience, but even some people that were saying that word outside, they could have, like, police could have taken them and then give some punishment, like a money fee, or actually go to jail. So yeah, that shit was crazy and still is. Now it's even more horrible. People cannot use the word war. They cannot say, yeah, like there is a, can you imagine, there is a whole list of words that you cannot use because otherwise you're gonna get punished. And so um, I when this whole thing started, I think I've never felt worse. And counting the fact that I'm a very positive, realistic person, I'm always
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, this is bad, but let's still go on, let's live life. I think that was the first time in my life when I was just like, for a couple of weeks, I was just like lying and not doing anything. And actually, there's a new term in internet. It's called doom scrolling or something. So it's when you sit in a social net and you literally cannot stop scrolling news because you're so terrified, and this anxiety just grows in you, and you cannot stop scrolling. So that's what I was doing, and buying super expensive tickets to Turkey. For example, in regular life, like in regular lifetime, if you would have bought tickets to Turkey, it costed like, wait, like $100. And
Mm-hmm.
then at that time I bought for $1,000, like 10 times higher.
Oh
So,
wow.
and even to other countries, it was even, like crazy, like 500,000 rubles. You probably don't understand rubles, but it's like crazy amount of money. So yeah, I bought the tickets to Turkey. And again, I couldn't speak up yet because it's not that I didn't know what to say, it's that I didn't know how. Because even still, um, I've been telling you about, oh, how bad it is in Russia and how horrible it is that they restricted some words. And I feel so bad about saying that I feel bad when in another country, and a country that has always been a huge friend of us, and
Mm-hmm.
literally we're like the same blood. In another country, people are literally living the same life. They're going to coffee shops, they're going to school, and just like rockets and bombs are flying over their heads. So again, it is really tricky and hard to speak up as a Russian, because uh, anything you say is gonna be turned like upside down, and you're gonna say it in a bad way. So
Oh yeah, it's always how somebody
yeah,
perceive it or how they look at it from their perspective. So like yeah, things get twisted up quick.
yeah, yeah, totally. And there's the saying again, in the most good way. I mean this. I saw this tweet where the person said, it was some economist. He said, um, it's mentally harder for Russians now than for the Ukrainians, because Russians have no one and nothing to believe in. Like, they do not know why they started the war. They do not know what their crazy president is doing. They do not know why half or even more of the country are actually voting for this war and just putting all these signs up and just going mad. And Ukrainians actually know what they're doing. They're fighting for their country. They're fighting for their people. So
I
yeah.
mean
And
that do make sense though. That do make a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
sense.
it does make a lot of sense. But physically and mentally, it's of course harder for Ukrainians. And then when I was out of the country, I finally could safely film a video. One more thing, I'm gonna say
Ah,
that.
go ahead, speak
Yeah.
freely.
uh, when I was leaving the country, first I had the workshop coming up, because I'm a coach, and I had a huge academy of kids, like 100 and not huge. Oh, well, I don't know why did I say that. 150 kids. I had an academy, and we were doing jump rope, and we were doing workshops and camps and different kind of events. So I left that, and the war started on 24th of February, and as soon as it started, I'm like, okay, I gotta search for the for the tickets. I gotta go. And then we had planned workshop on 8th of March. And me and my coaches, we were actually thinking, oh my God, should we organize it and do it, or should we leave right now? Because we thought that mobilization is going to take a couple of our coaches. So we were, in the middle of something. We're like, okay, you know what? Let's do this last workshop and then just go as soon as we can. So I literally had the workshop ending on 9th of March and then leaving on 12th or 13th of March. And so I did this workshop. And again, you like in the end of the workshop, we knew that we need to say something because we've been literally building this academy up for like 2 or 3 years. And you really don't know what to say. Like, I know that kids totally understand what the war is.
Mm-hmm.
And we wrote a big message to parents group that we're totally not supporting that. And they also supported us. But you couldn't explain them for how long you're going to go and why you're going, because for me as a woman, it's not really doing anything. I'm not going to get to the mobilization, and it's all like fine yet. So yeah, it was the hard part. And we somehow explained that we cannot live in a country that started such a thing. And of course they didn't get us at all. They're like, no, you're leaving us, you're going somewhere. And again, can you imagine like this little kids just telling you that
Just
you're leaving?
heartbroken.
Yeah, no, it was totally super hard. And then yeah, the thing I wanted to say, oh my God, I'm losing my thoughts so easily. So as soon as I went to the airport, um, some people were tweeting that the police actually checks your phone mobiles if you have any like anti-war or against the war posts or even messages in your own like WhatsApp or Telegram.
Yeah.
And so I was in this like train to the airport, and I was deleting all the photos, all my like social nets, I unsubscribed all the people on YouTube and tweet and Instagram that supported the war. And it was so chaotic. I cannot explain to you. So when I finally calmly got to Turkey, I'm like, okay, whew, now I can like say what I think. And yes, the amount of support, dude, I think my audience is so supportive. I think this is the perfect time to tell all of them thank you so much, because they supported me even before in all of my posts and all of my troubles and all of my stories of my life. And here I had like more than 70 comments on the post, but how many DMs I got in private, that was crazy. That was crazy. Everybody was supporting me. And it's so crazy that some like random people from internet that just like watching you online, sometimes they write sincere huge messages to you saying that if you need some money, I can send you. If you need some home, you can live with me. And just the
Just
it's
mind
crazy. No
blowing.
words.
It
Yeah,
was
mind
just
blowing, mind
mind
blowing.
blowing.
Yeah, totally.
Oh
Yep.
wow.
Jump
That's
community is the best. Jump community is the best, and I always said that, and I will always, um, because jump rope is such a unique sport yet, and it's not in the Olympics. When it's not in the Olympics yet, I hope it's not maybe gonna go there. Maybe you can talk about that later. It is so friendly. It is sport which is always need to be competitive,
right.
but at the same time it is so friendly, and that you can literally come up to anyone at the competition and say, hey, can you teach me some trick? They're like, sure, of course. And they do it. When at the same time, for example, in gymnastics, if you come to someone and you're saying, hey, can you show me one of your moves, and no way they're going to share with you. No way they're going to say, oh no, that's my thing, that's I only do that, get away. And
Yeah.
so jump rope community is the best, truly.
Yeah, there's no competitiveness in this sport unless like we competing with ourselves, and I think that's what everybody every day, even myself. Like when I go and even just like I sit up here and I do a combo and I go look
Mhm.
at the footage and I'll be like, I don't like how my wrists look, or my knees is like I done flex my knees too hard, so I probably like be competitive with myself, trying to
Yeah, exactly.
be super slick with it. Um, your
But that's a
content.
yeah.
So you have like the most creative content. Like you do your combos, you do your double dutch, you do like some choreography with your friends. But the jump rope Emergency service. The
Oh my
jump
god.
rope emergency service. Tell us about that, cause that's a stroke of genius right there.
Uh, I think I've always liked humor. I don't know where it got from. Maybe because I was born in a family of five kids, and that's the humor dives in easily. Or
Mm-hmm.
maybe I was the fattest kid in the class.
Hold on,
That's also.
what? For real?
I told you, I again, till the age of 13, I hated sports, and when I was 13, you don't have kilograms in US, right? You have
Pounds.
pounds. Yes. Oh my god, your measure system is blowing me away. Not as bad. Not as
No,
bad.
no, because
It's
I
just
think of the same way too. Because like when I see stuff and I see people deadlift or squat, they say kilograms and the numbers are lower than it is in pounds. So I
mhm.
have to like either like double the number up to yeah
Yeah.
to yeah.
So I don't know what how in how many pounds are there in a kilogram, but I weighed like 90 kilograms when I was 13. So that's I don't
Maybe
know.
like 100 and
Wait, how
I don't,
many? Wait, I got curious. Wait, 90 kilograms. Hold on. 90 kilograms in pounds. That's, yeah, 200 pounds? Yes.
yeah, that sound about right.
Yeah, yeah. So 200 pounds. And I had other hobbies though. I played saxophone for 6 years, and I was a huge bakery fan and still is. I learned Japanese. And so I had hobbies, but I never got into sports. And Yeah, I was always the fattest kid in my family and in the class. And of course, it caused a lot of trauma and a lot of humor, which I'm
Mm-hmm.
really thankful for. And so, yeah, because of the jump rope, also I lost all of that, of course, because of the nutrition and food. And in wait, it was February. In 4 months I lost 40 kilograms. So
Wow.
that's, yeah, so well, it's not like half of my weight, but it's
But that's
somewhat.
that's that's a big number though.
Well, yeah, it is. And again, because of the jump rope and the nutrition and the support I got, it wasn't really healthy though. I wouldn't say that it's healthy. I'm saying that just as my story. I'm not saying that it's a good way to lose weight, because I was literally, again, it's the teenage era, and you're looking to the magazines and comparing yourself, and you're eating and especially when you're an athlete, you really need to focus on nutrition. And I was literally eating like one slice of cheese a day, so it was a very bad story. My story of losing weight is very unhealthy, and I do not recommend doing that. So, but yeah. Anyways, I did that, and that's how the humor came in. And when actually, again, till the age of 14, I dreamed of being an actress, and I actually thought that's going to be my job. And I went to the drama class for 7 years, and again, because of the COVID, everybody stayed at home, and I
Mm-hmm.
think I did my first this like creative type of clip. I did the jumper parody. I did like a parody of some of the famous jumpers in the community, and I was kind of scared to post it because I like dark humor and sarcasm, and I might not care sometimes about someone's feelings. So
Right.
that, yeah, that might have caused some problems. But as soon as I posted the clip, I texted all of the jumpers and I said, "Hey, are you fine with that? Like, is this okay to joke about?" And everybody just, yeah, they left
Everybody
their
had
asses, yeah, off,
so
and they liked it. So yeah,
so you did two of the jump rope emergency service, right?
yeah, yeah.
Are we
And,
expecting the number three?
well, I think there are tons of problems in jump rope, and I think you can do 3 and 4 and 5 parts. I would love. So many people responded to that. I seriously never, like, there are some clips that you post and you're like, okay, that's gonna blow up, everybody's gonna love that. But this one totally wasn't one of them. I just love like rapping and rhyming stuff, and I thought, okay, I just want to do that because it's fun. And if no one likes it, again, I just made some content and had fun while making it up, so why not post it? And this one blew up so much, and like everybody texted me, and even my, oh my god, even my students, while our one-on-one classes, they're like, oh, they were doing some combo there. Oh yeah, no, one sec, my shoelaces are like untied, and they're like, oh, jump up emergency service, and then like actually including these memes in my life, and like, oh my god, it's literally now everywhere. So I don't know, I would love to, I would love.
The Eminem one that you did was highly creative. No, was that part of the jump rope service or was that something different?
No, no, yeah, it was the same. It was jump rope emergency service,
Oh
and
yeah.
uh, so the first one I did, I got also. I usually send these type of videos to my like close friends, and I say, hey, what can be better? Maybe the rhymes can be better, or the editing, or how I talk, or and stuff. So I'm really grateful for all the positive and negative feedback. Negative even better. And I thought that to get the attention, I think it's going to be better to make it a musical one. And then I made this haircut that literally is Eminem era. And I
Mm-hmm.
thought, okay, I just want to use the Slim Shady beat, and that's all. Again, I don't think it's creative though, because I literally take the beat that is already made, and just like rhymes of words in. It's not like freestyling though is so cool. I would love
But it
to
is
have that
creative
skill.
because what you did was you put the jump rope. Um, like you say, you did acting or you was in theater, so you incorporated that plus your humor. So you got three things in one. Um, and then like you just said, you kind of like went into details and asked people like how to be better with your editing. So you kind of you put, I feel like you put like a lot of thought in this, a lot of creativity in this, and then number four or number five, I lost count that quick. You kind of did it for yourself
Yeah,
before you did
exactly.
it for us or to put
Yes,
it out there. So
I think, yeah, it is very very important to well, overall in whole life, but especially people who are posting online and doing and creating some content. I think it's very easy to get lost in all these trends, which I'm not against them. I love trends, and I do trends because, and the ones that I like the music or the whole idea is, I love to do. But when you only do that, when you only do stuff for the audience, you're going to lose yourself so quickly and
so
so easily.
fast.
So yeah, first thing, just do it for yourself. And even like, imagine if you wouldn't post that, just do like, actually think of the text and film a video and then edit it and then not post it. Like, think of that as that you're not going to post it, and just have it for yourself. If you are going to do that, then okay, it's okay to go to post, because the number one goal is to sometimes I think like this is gonna sound so arrogant, but sometimes I just walk in the street and then I make up some joke in my head and I just laugh, like literally like out loud on the street, and I'm like, oh my god, like if I was on the um island where no one like is living, I would
Mm.
be so fine. Like, I love people and I love communicating, but if there was an island and I was just there, it would be so easy for me, because I just create dumb stuff in my head, and then it like
I mean,
I love it. I love
you
it.
you just comfortable, or you know how to be comfortable being with yourself. You can
Yeah,
interact with people, but you don't have a problem being with yourself. So I think a lot of us need to realize that for ourselves.
exactly. Yeah,
Um, oh, what else? Let's see. Shall
yeah.
we do?
I
Go
wanted
ahead.
to say, well, yeah, one more thing about the emergency thing. I think uh, again, oh my god, I mentioned COVID so many times in this podcast. Again, thanks to COVID, so many people picked up jump rope for real. Like before, when it wasn't really that trendy. Because I think it is now. Like, everybody, literally, I walk into the park in Buenos Aires yesterday and I see people jump roping, and I haven't seen a lot of people that were posting. Like, I saw people posting combos, sometimes rarely, or post some like competition clips. But I thought, why no one actually takes this as like a blogger type of thing? Why not everyone is doing memes or some vines or some I don't know, some songs, or just type like TikTok kind of clips, and I just love creating this kind of content. And I thought, why not do it to Jumper? Because you can post some combos, and people will take some material from that. You'll post some memes, and people will relate so much to it. Because when I saw, shout out to Jump Rope Chris, of course, the coach Jump Rope Chris,
Yes.
that used to post a lot of Jump Rope memes. Please, Chris, if you're listening to that, please start posting them again, because I literally related to them so much. He used to post some pics of memes that are popular on the internet, and then some put Jump Rope stuff in that. Oh my god, that was
That's
so
that
good.
was like earlier in his account, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, and I also inspired by him, like, oh my god, why not everyone is doing that? Because it's so fun, you relate to that so much. And um jumpers are, I would say, are kind of weird people, because you're literally if you think about that, you're taking the rope and doing some crazy tricks, giving them some crazy names like EB, Toad, Inverse, whatever, CL down to AS. And we're kind of nerds, and then when you make memes in this like nerdy community, you feel um like understood by people around you. So
Yeah,
that's a very
like
nice
we
feeling.
just it's like um I'm America, you at your country, but we have this relatable language that like
Yeah,
we can communicate with, even
exactly.
though like you could speak a different language and I probably won't understand the words you're saying, but I see you do a combo. I was like, okay, that's an EB
Yes,
double under,
yes,
some,
yes,
yeah.
yes,
So yeah, yeah, I agree.
exactly.
We are nerds. I'm a nerd.
Yeah, no, totally, totally. And the fact that jump rope is a language, totally. When I was in Turkey, I wanted to communicate with kids so much. I went to this college. It's called college there, but it's a school for kids. We went there. We didn't know Turkish, of course. Some of the people knew English, and we said, "Hey, can we just like perform in front of the kids, do some fun activities, and just make a PE class with a jump rope?" They said, okay, of course. And so the fact that is proving that jump rope as a language is like 100% that I stood up in front of many kids, and then I was just there's this fun game before every performance you do. I do. So you take a rope, and then you're like, okay, kids, every time I jump, you need to clap your hands. So if I'm jumping slow, you need to clap slow. If I'm jumping fast, you need to clap fast. And you start off pretty easily, like you do just double bounce, and they catch it. So again, they didn't know Russian or English. I said English very slowly,
Mm-hmm.
and they understood me. And so they were clapping and clapping slowly, and then you double bounces and just regular jumps, and then you start to do speed steps, and then you're going faster. And so like in the end, they're like they cannot even keep to the rhythm, and they're like laughing
I
and
want to
just
say
having
that
fun.
I seen you post a clip on that. I
Yeah.
want to
Oh my god, you know that. Yes,
you
yes.
probably I might be too deep in your account. I want to say you was like wearing all black shorts or something in a gym.
Wait, black shorts in the gym?
Black shorts. I think you was like in
Yeah.
all black. Maybe you had a bandana tied around your head or something.
Oh, okay. This shit literally scares me so much, because some people that I meet, uh, I met this one guy that actually, he quotes my stories that I just, I post in seconds, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, 3 days ago you posted this phrase about this guy," and I pressed on his account, and I'm like, "Dude, you really remember that?" Okay, because sometimes I post it, and I don't think that people actually watch it, because I post it for like myself or for some close friends, and then people actually say, "Oh yeah, I remember that clip when you're in this like thing and in black shorts." I'm like, "You really remember that?" Okay, okay. So yeah, I was in that gym, and yeah, you remember that. That's crazy. That's crazy. That literally blows my mind. So
You'll be amazed what people remember. It's not. I mean, it does sound like kind of creepy and kind of stocky-ish,
no, no,
but at the
I like
same
in that.
time, a lot of time you deliver a good message. Like I'm gonna say, like I think you went off one time with. I guess the dude was cat calling you. There was a time where you reviewed a clip and you was like, "What? put me where in my place and kind of like you went
Oh
off.
no! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! That's
So I
what
mean,
you.
like,
That's crazy, man. It's just the level of sweetness that I cannot handle. It's just like too sweet. The fact that you're quoting and like remembering, of course, I remember that shit because I rewatch my stuff that I post like too many times. But the fact that you're quoting that, that's crazy. That's crazy shit. Oh my god. Okay, so I was saying about the turkey that then after the performance they loved it, they absolutely
mm-hmm.
loved it, and because they never seen anything like that, and then we started playing games, and again you don't really need to say anything. You're like, okay, hey, here you need to run to the jump rope, you need to do 5 jumps, come back, like give give a clap to your friend, and then go in the end of the comp, and that's all. And then you give a game, and by this language make this awesome connection between you and the kid. And after the performance, they just all ran to me and they started like hugging me and asking me questions in Turkish. And oh my god, I wish I had a Google translator, just kind of put in my brain so that I could understood everyone. And but again, they knew that I liked working with them, and I knew that I saw that they had fun. So it's this awesome connection that jump rope can give. Yeah,
Like a global
exactly.
sign language.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God!
Yeah.
I wait. I'm gonna write that down. I want to put that in my bio.
Hey,
I'm
take
gonna
it,
put that in
use
my
it,
bio. Yep,
use
I
it.
will.
Feel free. Um, you got anything for me? Because I know you said you might want to ask me anything.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you. Yeah, that's a kind of a banal question, but still, I watched a lot of your videos, and I saw you jumping alone, right? Like mostly you're jumping alone. So, do you have any like jumping buddies together, or do you
Um,
all?
not where I stay at currently. I stay in a small town, so not there's really not nobody here jumping. I want not to brag, but not jumping close to the level I'm at. So I'm always kind of like jumping alone or jumping in the park
No,
or
yeah, yeah.
jumping in the gym, breaking lights, trying to catch mic releases and
Mhm.
smacking myself. So it's usually me. But then back in August, we had a chance to go to New York and I met Rushy there and we had that big New York meetup. So that was crazy awesome then. So I needed that. But yeah, it's mostly me.
How do you like jumping more alone, or it was like kind of like a jump rope meetup in New York, right? Can
Yeah.
you tell me about it more, because I love jump rope meetups.
So this was like my first time meeting Rushy face to face in
Hmm.
person. A couple of more teammates from out west and from North Carolina. Then we got another athlete. He was live in New York, so we all met up and meet each other for the first time. So
Hmm.
at first it was like a little jitter, a little nervousness,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
it's like we shook hands, we dapped, and it was like we was like instantly like we was homeboys like our whole life, and that was like the longest, shortest 2 day weekend ever. I was so tired. I must have been jumping for like 3 hours in the park.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I like you said, I got a chance to meet everybody that in that area that I talked to online. So I got a chance to meet everybody there. So yeah, it was big. It was big. We need to do that again. Probably
It's
on the
it's
West Coast.
hmm it's crazy how while all the jump rope meetups or workshops, um, like usually I practice, I don't know, 2 or maybe 1.5 hours per day, and that's the max. Maybe sometimes shorter, sometimes longer. And whenever you have workshops that are like 3 or 6 hours or super long, that I would never jump that much when I'm by myself. But whenever it's like the workshops and all this energy of communicating and sharing and just taking all the experience you can, it's like you're getting to this like Superman, and you can jump rope nonstop for so long. And then after like 2 or 3 days, you're waking up, you're like, oh my god, I actually jump rope for, I don't know, trillion million hours nonstop. So that's I love this feeling.
Yeah, the feeling from New York, it didn't sink in until I came back home, and it just like hit me, and I was like, "Oh, I missed it already, and I'm ready to go back." But
Hmm.
um, I didn't jump for a week after that because I was sore. I was done.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was done. So that was yeah, we got to do that again. Hopefully, I want to go to London soon.
Oh, when is this meetup? It's with Jump Rope Chris, right?
Oh no, that's
No.
happening in a couple of days, I think.
Ah,
But this
alrighty.
one, I want to go to London to Rushy new HQ that he
Mm.
built, and then
Yes.
and
Hmm.
then there's a lot of people in London that I want to meet also. So I want to try to get there like spring or summer sometime.
Nice, nice.
That'll
And
be awesome.
you see, that's what was interesting in what she said, that like if you go to approximately any place in the world, London, Missouri, and then New York, and literally like so many places, pretty much in not every town, but like in big cities of each country, you will for sure find people that jump rope. And it is so crazy that like I once yeah, I posted that, hey, I'm now in Argentina, Buenos Aires, and people from Uruguay and from Brazil, they texted, Yana, if there's any chance that you go to Brazil, please, I would love to like meet you, and I would love to jump rope with you, and I would love, you can stay at my home and you can like stay in my place. And like that's crazy how many connections just by a, oh my god, just by a stupid rope, in the most good sense, just by a stupid rope you have so many connections between people and everyone in the world.
Yeah, like I would have never imagined this because like I started in COVID too. So yeah,
How's
I would
Yeah,
have never imagined at all that
what were you
it would.
doing?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
sorry, what were you doing while COVID? Did you yeah.
Um, so I was a carpet cleaning technician where I just clean people carpets, dirty floors, and at the
Hmm.
same time, I played a lot of basketball. I still play it now, but I was playing a lot of basketball, so that was my cardio. And
Hmm.
then when that hit, gym shut down, so I kind of like went to YouTube and bought like men's health magazines and started doing body weight exercises at home. And so what I was doing some jump roping, but it was just the basic running crossovers and just basic bounce. That's and I couldn't even get over like 5 jumps without tripping. So
Hmm. And then how did you find out about it, like about the tricks?
it was jump rope dudes. So jump rope dudes was big
uh,
on YouTube. And so I was trying to
mhm.
do that workout, but then I kind of got like to a point where like and then I found Rushy YouTube channel. So
uh,
I'm up here like, who is this guy just what I'm saying, doing all this stuff? I thought he was showing out, to be honest.
uh,
And then I'm like, okay. And so he had this legacy rope, which is the 400-gram rope.
mm,
And so it was like he was like, this rope here will give you power and stamina. And I was like, I need that because I don't need to lose weight. I'm skinny, so I
mm.
need the power. So I bought the legacy rope, followed his tutorial. That heavy rope kicked my ass for a long time. So that's why I'm so
Oh
good
yeah.
with the heavy rope now.
Hmm.
But and Kathy at the time, Kathy Jumps,
Kathy
Kathy
jumps.
Jumps.
Yes, I know Kathy. Yeah.
So Kathy Jumps had a she was manager or administrator on a Facebook group. So
Hmm.
I had joined a Facebook group at the time, and I was just posting on there doing her challenges
Hmm.
and just going along the way. And then all of a sudden I accidentally hit a button on Facebook which created my Instagram account. So I didn't delete it, I just didn't know what to do with it. And then like I say, I was following Rushy had the hashtag money rope, and I didn't know nothing about hashtags, so I just put it in, and boom, it just all these people doing jump ropes. I was like,
Uh-huh.
what?
Oh
And
my
like,
god, that is so random.
yeah, I was like, what? And so it kind of took me like maybe like 3 or 4 weeks before I even post my first video on IG because I really don't post personally on
Mm.
social media. So I was kind of like going through the motion. What if I'm not
Yeah.
good enough? Why? What if people
Yes.
think
Oh
about
my
my
god.
style and I'm gonna look like a beginner? But then it's just like I just did it. Like with this podcast, like I'm not like totally comfortable with it, but just putting myself out there and just doing it. So over time, I just got comfortable with it. And
Exactly, and yeah, you're doing great. You're doing great at this, and you're doing great at jump rope. And I will tell you that even after I've been doing social media for maybe pretty much the same as jump rope, maybe 4 years, and I still have this feeling every time. Not every time, but most of the times I post something, I'm like, is this too easy, or is this too hard, or will people like that, or maybe the music is too lame, or and when you have all these thoughts coming to you, you're like, okay, what is like why did you make the first post? Why did you do it? Why did you do it? Why did you want other people to see it? Did you want your friends to like it? And I remember how I just wanted to have like a jump rope diary just for me to remember the combos. I'm like, okay, then do it for that. Then just post it for yourself to remember all the combos and to have this little jump rope diary. And if people like it, okay, go then like it. If they want to do it, okay, they're gonna repeat after the combos. But yeah,
yeah, I think that
it's
was for me too. Like it was just I just started posting it. I didn't know nothing about people blowing up and having this
mhm.
many number of followers, and then I didn't know nothing about people having mental breakdowns or withdrawals. Was like I didn't know none of that at first when I started the account. So
Mm.
it's crazy how all that kind of affect people now.
It's so awesome that you actually had like stages. First you saw jump rope dudes, and then you saw rushletics, and then you saw Kathy jumps, and then you clicked on some link, and then you went to the hashtag, and it's all also random. Like it's not some things you see on the street, or it's not something super popular. It's just some links, and then you're like, whoa, that's actually much bigger than I thought.
Yeah, like
That's
I never
awesome.
knew it was this big. Even though jump rope still kind of like a small niche as far as like fitness goes, but
Yeah,
it's pretty large as we go inside. Oh,
yeah,
as we
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
totally agree on that.
so what do you got going on in the future? You got any projects you working on, or you just continue on with your online
Um,
coaching, or
so, well, now it's kind of a hard time to plan anything. And
mm-hmm,
honestly, the war totally taught me this awesome thing that, like, I used to be a very easy person. Like, I'm not thinking 10 years ahead, or I have some plans, but it's not like, oh, I gotta stick to my plan, and if I don't do it, oh my god, my life is crushed. No, I'm living day by day, and if I lived a day in an awesome way, I got to jump rope, I got to talk to the people I like, and I left, my day's done, and my life is pretty good. So I'm not this like big goal person that has
yeah,
all
not
these.
you just not putting a lot of pressure on yourself. Just try to
Yeah,
achieve.
yeah, like totally, if somebody asked me how do I see myself in 10 years, I can answer that. But if in 10 years it's I'm not going to be that, I'm going to be fine,
Yeah,
because I know that I was appreciating every day. And especially with war coming up, uh, it's like I had my life in Moscow, and I'm like, okay, I'm building an academy. Okay, the COVID is going to go down, and we're going to travel again. We're going to do competitions again. And then the war comes, and then everything just, like, everything that you've been working on for 3 years, just, cutting down. And you're sitting here like, okay, what do I do? I really had this awesome plan, and what do I do now? And so I have plans now. So I'm gonna live in Argentina for 3 months now, and then because I can legally live here, but
mm-hmm.
I've been here for 5 days already, and I am falling in love with the city so much. And it's not that it's hard to impress me, but there aren't a lot of cities that I say, oh my god, that is the city that I want to live in. It's nice to travel to, but not live in.
Was that
And
s- was that something you posted like you bought this and this and this and that, and you like, oh my god, it only cost me nine
yeah,
dollars.
yeah. This city. So in the one thing that I don't like in Argentina yet. It's not that I don't like. It's just that the economics is not very stable.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of mm, I don't remember, but years ago there was this crisis, and banks stopped working, and they stopped giving credits to people, and people stopped taking it. So there are now two, how do you say that, like currency rate or something. So for example, if you exchange your money in the official bank or in like official place, it's gonna be two times. You're gonna have two times less money than you could have. So there's this like blue exchange currency and white exchange currency. I think they call it that. So the thing is that if you take your dollars and put it to the bank, you're going to have twice as less than you can have. So um, there are a lot of companies and like 80% of people here use the blue currency because obviously you have more money by it. So there's this like weird thing in Argentina. That's why everything is so cheap. And yeah, it's crazy cheap here. It's because I lived in Moscow, and again, it's a big city. 15 million people live there, same as here, and the price is three or four times higher on food, on apartments, on everything. So
Oh
yeah,
wow.
that's a crazy city. So yeah, I'm gonna stay here for 3 months, and then I'm planning to go maybe to Georgia and back to like Europe type of place,
Mm-hmm.
because in May I would move to. I think I'm gonna move to Israel um, because my colleague that I'm working with, he's Jewish. Well, like
Mm-hmm.
he has some like some relatives that are Jewish, so he can get a Jewish like is no. So he can get an passport from Israel, and with this passport, you can work there and travel in so many countries. So um, my goal for this year is to get rid of Russian passport and get a
Mm-hmm.
new one. So
No, okay.
that's my plan. Yes, that's my plan. And so my plan is to be in Israel in May, and I'm basically looking for a place where I can start my academy. So I'm just traveling around countries now and searching for a place where I can um, legally work. And now, for now, when I don't have like an official job, I just still learn languages. I learn Hebrew. It's the language that they speak in Israel. I learn English still. I just developing myself, and it's like self time for me right now. Yeah.
You got a lot going on for you. I can tell you that.
Well, no, it's no. This life is like in Moscow. I had much. I had events. I had championships and anti-championships. I don't like competitions. I organized a championship and I called it anti championship. So basically, I think competitions are fun because
Mm-hmm.
you have this like competitive kind of adrenaline, but I don't like that. I never liked that people started comparing themselves not to themselves but to other people. So me and my colleagues, we made up this idea that we're gonna do the championship, but we're gonna call it anti. And the thing is that they're not gonna have places. They're just gonna get points by how they perform, and then by these points they can. It was like a jump rope currency, like jump rope money. And by
Mm-hmm.
this jump rope money, you can buy some cool like t-shirts, jump ropes, merch, and some sweets and some other stuff. So basically, the more points you get, the more you can buy. And that way, they could have, they didn't need to compare themselves to other
I
people.
I think
So
that's a good idea. I like
yeah,
that idea.
yeah, that was a little. I think that's the like one of the things that I'm literally like super proud of, that I made and that I organized, and I got such a huge um feedback from parents. They texted me like, "Oh my God, when we put our kid in the sports, we really liked your concept, but we were scared that he would start comparing himself to other people, and he would really like feel like he's the outcast and like underdog and stuff like that." And then they said that the idea and the whole concept of the event is so cool that like they're competitive but against like themselves. So
Right.
I got tons of messages from parents. So it's what I was saying, that I had much like um um much like bigger life in Moscow. But again, living day by day. And if I jump roped, if I had fun today, then my day is made and I'm just waking up and living to another day. That's what this year taught me for sure.
Oh wow. So, do you got any positive you want to tell everybody in the community? something encouragement, motivating, inspiring,
I'm
spiritual,
yes.
emotional. Spit it out.
I'm literally so bad at motivation or encouraging people stuff. But still, my colleagues always gave the microphone to me if they needed some speech for the event. Um, I always say that it's going to be super short. I always write that in the end of my posts and in the end of tutorials, and pretty much in every post I do. Uh, just have fun. And it is such a like small and short message, but everybody just keeps forgetting that, because whenever you get into your job or whenever you get into jump rope, um the first, like, do you remember the first feelings when you fall in love with someone, or when you start a new hobby and it actually felt like your hobby, or you started doing jump rope and it was like so much fun, but then through time you're getting tired of it because um, I don't know, you're getting competitive, or you're starting to compare yourself to one another, or you think
Right.
that oh, I'm not good enough, that's why I'm not going to meet this person, or I'm not going to post this, or I'm not going to go to competition or workshop. And so you start to do, I'm not good enough, I'm not this enough, I'm not blah 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 enough. So again, just remember, like, the number one thing why you started doing it. And that's why I love working with kids. That's why I love working with kids, because the only damn thing they do every day, they're just having fun. They're running because they're having fun. They're going out and jump roping because it's fun. They can lie on the ground in the middle of the street. Again, why? Because it's just fun. Oh, there's one great meme with uh, Tarantino, right? With I love Tarantino. It's seriously one of my favorite guys in the cinema. He was interviewed by someone. Oh my god! Please, if you're gonna edit this, please put this meme. Like, I'm gonna send you a link. Please edit this meme in here. The interviewer was asking some question like, why did you include this in the movie? It looks so weird. Or why did you include that type of personality or something? And then he was saying, because it's so much fun, Jan, get it. And it's just, it was like a huge meme everywhere. And I was literally thinking about tattooing it because it's so much fun. So literally, if you feel down, if you start to compare yourself, or I don't know, you used to be able to do a trick that now you cannot do, just, like, relax and remember why you started doing it in the first place, because jump rope is super super fun, and always have fun.
Well,
Yes.
you heard it there, people. Three simple words: just have fun.
Yes.
You have listened to the beautiful and the talented Miss Yana. I am the kid L.R.Player. Appreciate you doing this episode with me. Uh,
Larry, thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me. I love talking. I could do this podcast for like hours nonstop, but yeah, when I talk, it's really hard for me to stop. So I love that I had this, and it's awesome. Like the whole format and the platform and the question you asked. If you're thinking about continuing it and like doing it, please do. And it's so awesome that you started doing it, and you're doing great. You're totally doing great, later.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is something I feel like I think this sport is missing. I know there's a couple of people that does this. I know Nate does it. I think Elite SRS got a podcast. A couple of people that
Hmm.
other people that have done podcasts as far as jump rope community go. But yeah, I think this one of the things that was kind of missing from it. And I felt like, okay, whatever. I not whatever, but I felt like I done got enough connection with people that everybody got a story to tell without having to have
Yeah.
like big popular names on the podcast. So yeah, this is something I'm gonna continue doing.
Oh, thank you. And one thing, I'm not gonna say the name, but I've been interviewed once by Zoom, like in the Zoom platform, and it was also a podcast. And they asked me if I would like to be interviewed. They actually did interview me, and I do not know why. This like they interviewed me, and then I said some it was the people that are really included in the sports of jump rope, in the competitive part of it. And
Hmm.
then I said some stuff. Oh, I wish jump rope wasn't in the Olympics, and then, like I I said my honest opinion about that, and
Mm-hmm.
then they didn't edit the podcast. And I asked them, hey, like, is everything fine? Like, did I say anything wrong? They're like, no, 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 we're editing it. We're editing it. It's all fine. I don't know. Maybe they lost the tape. Maybe they had no time. But after they posted another podcast with another person, and I was like, oh my god, so you actually didn't edit it with me. So this podcast is actually
Oh, oh,
like a
I'm not editing nothing out. All this is going through.
oh,
I'm not editing
okay.
nothing out. I'm not editing nothing out. Everything in this episode been real genuine and from the heart, and we need more of that. We
Thank
definitely
you.
need more of that.
Yeah, yeah, totally. And we need to do some kind of like a, I don't know, collab, or maybe combo collab, or reels, or do something in Instagram, something inspired
I
by your
can't
cool
kick as
mix.
high as you, so them leg crosses gonna hurt me.
Oh, we can do a mix combo. I love mix, and you're gonna teach me some cool mix, because I love mix, but it's just that my technique is not perfect yet. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you're gonna teach me that.
I'm not there yet either. I'm mainly like double unders and switch crosses and
Which
heavy
are super
ropes and
clean, and the height of the jump that I'm probably never gonna get. So let's do that. I'm not joking. Like, I'm very self-strict to myself, so I'm not lying.
it's all good. Help is on the way. Help is on the way. All right, peoples, that's us, Miss Yana, your kid L.R.Player. If you find this educational, you find any value, if you felt like you learned something from this, if you gained some kind of inspiration from this, drop a comment below. Drop a comment to Yana. Let her know how awesome she is, how talented she is, and yeah, drop a like, subscribe, and this the kid L.R. Player. We'll tune to you next time. Peace.
Awesome.